we are back again for March 30th with our new releases. Jess has died of throat infection, so Jeremy, our other coworker, is helping me out today. Hey Jeremy, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Pretty good. This is a funky week, you guys. There wasn't a whole lot that was like super duper interesting with the number ones. So I have XMen 92 for you, and then we got a couple trades coming out. So, so XMen 92 is a thing. Did you read that at all?
I read 1 or 2 issues of the miniseries that came out during Secret Wars.
Yeah, with Jubilee, right?
Yeah. It was, believe me, I grew up in those times and I read a lot of those comics, but that was not enough of a nostalgia thing to make me like it, so I don't know.
Yeah, and it was weird because I actually really liked the artwork on that, and then I think they're going like all out, like kids X-Men 92 kind of feel, because they changed it. We have Alti Fermantia, I believe is how I say that. He's the penciler, and it's good, but it's very like kid show kind of stylized.
Right.
Yeah. But I think the writers are the same. That's still Chris Sims and Chad Bowers, and they're definitely kicking up the 90s. I think the tagline on their like description for number 1 is starring the X-Men from a more extreme era.
God.
Yeah, they had to throw that in there.
Yeah, I'll probably read it. Let's be honest, but I don't know. It's hard to beat Claremont and Jim Lee, so.
Right.
And that's kind of what they're hearkening back to, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder if it's going to be more like shout-outs and homages.
Yeah, it might
less,
be. But there's a point where it's too much of that, and I'm not sure if they're going to hit that or not, so. Again, I'll give it a read, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. The premise is Cassandra Nova's been defeated, so they're sort of restarting the school of gifted Xavier School, so yeah.
Yep.
And then, so... Everybody but me is excited about the trade paperback coming out.
Yes.
Paper Girls by Brian K. Vaughan. Now, I know this is a good series. Yeah. You and Jess have been hounding me to read this series.
Yes, we have.
I'll get to it eventually.
Right. Well, and I brought a prop because I can. And so this is Paper Girls number 3. Paper Girls is a very interesting and unique book, I think, because it takes place in the 80s. It's by Brian K. Vaughan of... so many good series.
Yeah, yes.
And if you haven't read any of his stuff, please look it up. It's really, really good.
Yeah, I think Saga's on the top of that list. But
Saga,
he's
Why the Last Man. He did Runaways. He did a bunch of stuff. Anyway,
right.
Cliff Chang is doing the art in this, and it's very, I would say, almost newspaper style of art.
Okay.
So, like, how it's like the very old school style of art.
Oh, yeah, a lot of like thick lines.
Yeah, thick lines and things like that. So, but basically the premise is it takes place in the 80s, and back when, paper routes were a thing, because they're not really anymore. Some old dude in a truck usually drives around and drops them off now. Back in the day, you used to ride around on your bike and throw them out. Actually,
right.
Little
Kids
known
would
fact,
have one of them job things.
Yeah, and get paid $20 a week. Woo!
Oh.
Yeah. I actually had a paper route back in the day, believe it or not, something people might not know about me. Anyway, so this is about several girls and a couple of the boys that go around and they have paper routes, and they're kind of rivals and, kind of being jerks to each other a little bit. And then some event happens. I don't want to go into it because I don't want to give it away because it's really, really cool. And then they're suddenly not where they should be.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of weird stuff happening. There are dinosaurs and things. So
that explains actually when I was hunting down the pictures to put up on our video right now. There were a few things that I'm like, this has to be another series because I don't understand what this creature's doing here. Oh.
Yeah. So and then one of them eventually gets shot, and then they have to use technology to try to save her and stuff. And it's very cool. It's a very different take on I guess. Teen drama, really.
Yeah.
It's taking teen drama and just throwing it on its head and going, hey, what's going to happen now? So it's really, really cool. I like it a lot. And Brian K. Vaughan I don't think he's ever released anything that I haven't liked that I've read. So
yeah.
He's good
give
people.
it a check.
Paper Girls.
Paper Girls.
Anyway,
hand dance.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, and then my last one is actually something that came out a little while ago, but we can't keep it in the shop. Tokyo Ghost. We're getting more trade paperbacks in for Wednesday for you guys.
Yep.
So that is a like star-studded team. It's Rick Remender on writing, Sean Murphy on art, and Matt Hollingsworth doing the coloring. So it's a beautiful series. It's a really popular series. I think you and me are fairly conflicted on like the actual like message. Like I both love and hate the writing because it's a little bit Rick Remender, oh, technology is evil, get off my lawn, it's gonna, it's the end of society.
Right.
But by the flip side of that is the two characters are in a codependent relationship. Yep. They know they're in a codependent relationship and they're still fighting.
Right.
And that is really cool to me because you see people in unhealthy relationships all the time in different media, but it's very rare that they actually address it. Yeah. And one of my favorite lines from Tokyo Ghost is issue 2 when Deb is talking about her boyfriend, and she says, my therapist tells me our relationship is codependent, but how do you leave someone you love to drown?
Yeah.
So, and you're just like, that's a really, like, cool representation for me.
Well, and it's weird because, Remender's doing a lot of really good stuff right now.
Yeah.
Low and Black Science are two of his as well. I think he may be spreading himself a little thin at the moment. I love Low. Low is, like, amazing. And the weirdest thing is, Black Science and Low are very, very similar in premise and how they're laid out and everything.
Even the like space age like worlds, it's like very like lush space landscapes. Yeah, very similar.
And but I love Low and Black Science kind of lost me after about 12 or so issues. So
Black Science is a little grimdark for my taste. I feel like.
And Tokyo Ghost just went like.
All the way grimdark.
Well, that plus it went to a weird, silly realm of different like ways of talking that I was just like, really, do you need to go there?
Oh right, we were talking about some of the slang was a little
slang and stuff, and I was like, okay, just stop. But but yeah, I mean, granted, I've only read I think 2 issues of Tokyo Ghost, but it is undoubtedly popular.
Yes, absolutely.
Regardless of my thoughts of it or yours, people love it and they're buying it like crazy. So get in line and buy a copy of it.
Decide for yourself.
Yeah, decide for yourself because I've been reading comics for a long time, so some of the things that other people might think is new and fresh, I may be just like, get off my lawn, get out my walker. I'm gonna get out my walker and walk away swiftly. Whatever,
Yeah, it's a very interesting series to me because I read it and like I love the team and I love the artwork, like that I'm just drooling over, but like the core premise of like why this story exists, I'm not into. I'm into every other element. Yeah. So
the art is definitely awesome.
It's Sean Murphy.
It's Sean Murphy, so it's excellent. But again, the weird slang thing just threw me off. So I don't know. Maybe you'll like it though. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure, guys. Pick it up. It's an interesting one and one that we can obviously talk about for a while.
Yeah. Well, and that should tell you something actually.
Right.
If you can sit
exactly.
There and discuss
I've had debates in the store about it.
There you go.
Yeah. So I think it's at the very least will probably be an important indie book. We'll probably see it hanging around for several years down the road. So.
Yeah, we'll see. Remender's been doing a lot of stuff. So if you're interested and you like Tokyo Ghost, do check out his other stuff too.
Yeah. His other works are amazing.
Is I'm all about Low.
Low is pretty.
It's really good.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's about it for this week. We had a pretty short week, but a pretty interesting one, I feel like.
I think so too.
Yeah. We'll see you guys Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.